the release of the new iPhone is right around the corner, and so I thought to myself, hey, why not make a video about it and be the most original person on YouTube ever? Or maybe I should do a video on the definitely final leaks that are going to be unfinalized next week again when I shit out another video with new definitely final leaks this time. Yeah, everything Apple Pro. I'm not talking about you, everything Apple Pro. That's not who I'm talking about. Everything Apple Pro. Seriously. Okay, I'm gonna be serious with you. I could have called this video the iPhone 8 rant too, but I don't really want to be associated with Leafy, and he overused that way too much. However, I'm still not sure where to start, so let's just do a little wrap up. Let's do a quick read. So even though I don't own an Apple product at the moment, I'm not really an Android fanboy or an Apple hater for that matter. I used to own an iPhone 4 back in the day, but switched to Android afterwards due to, well, the iPhones are just so fucking expensive. So yeah, I turned to several shitty Android devices, and always kinda envied my friends. But ever since I purchased this baby here, the LG G6, I'm not the one who's jealous anymore. Especially since I'm feeling so fly like a G6. But what happened to the iPhones? Well, the first model after the 4 and the 4S obviously was the 5. And that was a good phone. I gotta say, the iPhones always had that premium that you had to pay, but it paid off in form of a sleek design, a great OS, and an overall good product. But I feel like that began to decline after the 5th model. They sold new features as a great new deal, although many of those were already a market standard in other phones, like for example the fingerprint sensor. That is as if a group of women demanded equality, although that is already existent in a big part of the society, and all that for the low price of intolerance, spite and self-righteousness. If that would happen. But the iPhone 7 really was an audacity, in my opinion. The same old design, no headphone jack, and yes, that is a no-go in my opinion, a bulky camera and one hefty price tag. And that's where we are now. A lot of people are desperately waiting for the next model, and as more and more details about the upcoming model surface, I am more confused than ever. So, let's talk about the leak. Let me ask you a question first. Do you think that these leaks are real or fabricated? And that's not a rhetorical question. I'm honestly curious to what you think about that. I, for my part, think that they are fabricated, just like Call of Duty gameplay footage leaks are always fabricated as well. Why they are doing that? Well, that's really simple. It can build up an enormous hype train that is able to captivate not just the fans, but also the general public. Just look at the views on those videos. To me, it seems that the people are so eager to hear anything about the new model that they hype up everything, as long as it's sold to them as the next quantum leap in technology. Guys, we have... Yes? We have a new... What? What is it? A new color for the iPhones. Dude, just because someone tells you that they have this cool new feature doesn't mean that that is true. It doesn't mean that it is actually new, because that can mean a lot. And it's not always cool too. Fewer connections are not a good thing, okay? That's not an advantage you have over your competitors, alright? So now, let's talk about the new... So when I look at the design of the new iPhone, I'm not too excited, to be honest. I mean, sure, there hasn't been an official presentation yet, but still, none of the models I saw up until now seemed to me like a really well-designed phone. I mean, sure, it doesn't look horrible, don't get me wrong, but I actually expect more. I expect Apple to be the top of the notch. I expect them to build into their phones state-of-the-art technology. I expect them to justify their prices. And while we are there, let's talk about that for a moment. Starting at $1,000? Are you f***ing kidding me? Are you actually insane? That's the same price that I paid for my laptop, okay? And that's not a bad laptop. That's not a low budget laptop, okay? That's a really good laptop. I'm not saying that they don't have high costs with these new OLED screens and stuff like that. But $1,000 is just way too much. Especially if you consider that they don't have a headphone jack. So you might also have to buy new headphones. And also, you can't even put an SD card in there, so you can't extend your memory. So if you want, a lot of capacity, you have to buy the even pricier model. Sorry, but that is just absurd. If I had to sum up in one word how I feel about the new iPhone generation, it would be disappointment. And also, this is not turning into a tech channel. It's so overwhelming in the news. You cannot find your way through the jungle that the news is without, having a few iPhone and Apple articles sprinkled around here and there. And this is pretty annoying in my opinion. But to get back to Apple, I think they definitely lost their momentum. And the new model doesn't change that. But what I find more annoying than everything is the absurd hype that they are still able to conjure up. So that's it for today, guys. I didn't really have time to produce a longer video or a new deep analysis, and that's probably not gonna change very soon because I'm about to move. However, you can expect me in the next video going on a little bounty hunt. Stay tuned for that. And don't forget to leave a like if you like this video, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter at Ritzy Savage. See you next time. Late night, y'all.